find the equation of the tangent line to the curve y is equal to e to the x times cosine of x at x is equal to 0. So first of all, the first step when you're trying to solve the equation to the tangent line is you're going to plug in 0 in for your function, and you're going to see what you get. So if I plug in 0, I'm going to get e to the 0 times cosine of 0. Cosine of 0, pretty sure that's equal to 1. And then e to the 0, that's equal to 1. So 1 times 1 is just 1. So that means that at x is equal to 0, the y value is equal to 1. All right, so now, we're looking at the point 0, 1 for this function. Now, let me just help you all visualize this. You don't need a graphing calculator to solve this problem, but I'm just going to use it to kind of show you what we're talking about. So here's what the function looks like, and I'm going to sketch it out in Sketchpad. So this is kind of what the function looks like. So yeah, let's say here, right? And then whatever. We don't care about what happens next. What we do want to know is this point. We have this point, which is 0, 1. And this question is asking us to find the equation of the tangent line to the curve. So you have this curve right over here, and we want to find out the equation of this tangent line. So remember, the equation of a tangent line is just a line that hits this graph at only one point. So in this case, this line right over here that I've drawn in red, this hits my graph at only one point. All right. So how do we do this problem? How do we find out the equation of this line using kind of calculus? Well, in order to find out the equation of a line, okay, so let's kind of plan this out. Let's plan out what we're doing. So if we take the derivative of this function, of this function, we know that the derivative of a function gives us the slope of our line. So the derivative gives us the slope of our line. We also know that our line crosses the point 0, 1, right? We said how our line, the equation of a tangent line, crosses at x is equal to 0, 1, right? So if we know the slope of a line and we know one point on the line, so we know the slope of a line and we know one point on the line, well, we can use the point slope formula, which states, y1, or just y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So now that we have everything planned out, let's find the equation of the tangent line. So first we have to find the derivative of this function. So what is the derivative of e to the x times cosine of x? Well, you're going to have to use something known as the product rule, which, if you have two functions involving x, so in this case we have two functions involving x, multiplied together, and you want to take the derivative of it, too lazy to write that back down, it's going to be equal to the derivative, it's going to be the derivative of your second function times the original first function plus the derivative of the first function times the normal second function. So it's kind of like a little swap, right? Take the derivative of one, normal other one, plus the derivative of the other one, and normal, the one you didn't do. So in this case, what I'm going to do is this is just going to be equal to, so it's going to be if we let e to the x be f of x and cosine of x be g of x, plugging this into the formula, we're just going to get, so f of x is e to the x times the derivative of our other function. So the derivative of cosine of x is negative sine x, plus the derivative of f of x, or e to the x, which is just e to the x. Finally, what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply this by the original second function. So we get that the derivative of our function, derivative of y with respect to x, is e to the x times negative sine of x plus e to the x times cosine of x. Now, we want to find out the slope of our tangent line, and the derivative gives us the slope at the tangent line, right? Now, we want to find the slope of the tangent line at x is equal to 0. So what we're going to do is we're just going to plug in 0 into our derivative to get the slope of this tangent line. So e to the 0 is 1. So let me just write down everything. So everywhere we see an x, just replace that with a 0. Now, negative sign of 0 is equal to 0, and 0 times 1 is just 0, so all of this, just get rid of that. E to the 0 is 1, cosine of 0 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1. And this means that our slope, the slope of our tangent line, is equal to 1, okay? So the slope of our tangent line is equal to 1, and 1 point on the line, we know that this tangent line over here crosses the point 0, 1, right? Because remember when we plugged in 0 in for our original function, we got that our line crosses 0, 1. So now that we have the slope of our tangent line and we have 1 point on the tangent line, we can plug it into our point slope equation. So we have y minus y1, which is 1, is equal to our slope, m, times x minus x1, which is 0. So we get y is equal to x, y is equal to y minus 1 is equal to x, and then y is equal to x plus 1. And that is the equation of our tangent line.